There's the old good morning song, yeah?
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Curt and Jen in the morning. This is our podcast we'd like you to like. We'd like you to like. We'd love you to like or follow or subscribe or whatever you want to do to help the show grow.
You know what we need more than anything?
What's that?
For you that knows how to work a podcast, to show others.
Me?
I talk to so many people. No, the people listening right now. You, as in you listening. We would love for you to show other people how to use podcasts, because I ran into like 4 people this weekend who listened to us on the radio, loved us, had no idea we did a podcast. I'm like, we do a podcast, take a listen. She's like, I don't know how to work podcasts. Like, I don't know how to listen.
That's a good point. That is a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
It is.
So,
all right. Help your friends.
Others.
If you
help
know
others
how to,
listen.
if you listen, you know how to use, obviously you know how to use a podcast or whatever. So access it, I guess.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, we're back from the weekend and we've got a lot of Olympic stuff to cover here momentarily. But I wanted to start with don't ask myself and my wife to watch your dog if you value your dog.
Well, you're going to have to tell us more.
So here's the deal. My mother-in-law's dog is Lizzie, and she is a super cute little dog, but she is frustrating.
Okay.
Because so Lizzie was adopted by my mother-in-law, Kathy, and the dog had been adopted and returned twice to the adoption people or whatever because they had trouble with the dog or whatever the case.
She was frustrating.
Yeah. She had something happened in Lizzie's little dog life that she is petrified of most people, me in particular. And you say, okay, at first it's like, all right, some dogs have issues with men, whatever the case may be. So, but it's been 2.5 years now, and Lizzie is still petrified of me. And she'll come over for a weekend and we'll have a great weekend, and she warms up to me after a couple days. And then next time I see her, she's back to being super scared. I mean, like, she will leave the room if I stand up.
Why is your mother-in-law knowing this information for real? Mm-hmm. Knowing this information, why are you watching the dog if the dog's petrified of you?
Well, it's a way to get her. We think, it's like, okay, you spend time with her, then she'll warm up.
Okay.
And she does after a little bit. But then next time, like I said, we see her, she's back to being scared. So this is what happened. We're like, okay, Kathy's leaving town. We'll watch the dog for the weekend. No big deal. Hopefully it will help with this concern. We know that she likes to sneak out of the house, mostly because she's just scared. And so Dana was coming back on Saturday from picking up groceries, opened the door just a crack, and that dog, phew, I mean, like she had to squeeze out the door to get out. This is how scared she is, or whatever, Yeah,
is okay.
Right.
Keep going with your story.
Ran down the street, and we live off of Seattle Hill Road. If you know that street, that's a 35-mile-an-hour street. So people go
Many
faster
people
than that.
don't know that road, but it's a busy
street. So she's going straight for the street. We're like, Lizzie does not even acknowledged. I mean, I got to get.
On a mission.
She's petrified to get out of there. So she goes down the street, and thankfully she turned left on the busy street and she started running up the other way. I left out a part of this. I had just come back in from taking out our recycle, which we keep in like an Amazon box, a medium-sized Amazon box. Mm-hmm. So now, what you have is me and Dana walking around asking people, "Did you see a dog? We're concerned that she ran away and might have gotten hit." And I've got this box. Like I'm going to carry a dead dog home in it. I think that's what they thought.
Oh my gosh.
And what do you got the box for? And I'm like, nothing. I didn't want. What I'm going to say? I was going to get the recycle out. It's like it looks like anyway. We did get the dog. Some people found her, called her name on the collar, which of course went to Kathy, our mother-in-law, who freaked out.
I'm sure she did.
But I want to apologize to the nice people that helped us when they saw me with the box. I was not intending to pick up dead dog. I just was carrying this box around.
Oh my gosh.
So everything is fine now.
I'm glad Lizzie is okay.
It's just frustrating that, I mean, I don't get it. I mean, how are you so scared of people that were just, 2 minutes ago petting on you and gave you a treat, and then as soon as, it was very nerve-wracking. So mostly it's thank you to the people that found the dog and brought her back.
Good.
Yes.
That was nice.
Yes, and don't forget about the box. But speaking of dogs, you had something you wanted to say.
Well, just Saylor. I had mentioned, like in an earlier show, the Saylor bit Anthony, who is Pat's older son, like bit him as
Saylor,
in
your
broke some
dog,
skin.
who I think looks like a collie / golden retriever.
So she, I was like, do I have to rehome her? Do I have to put her down? Like, I can't have this.
Right.
Like, I really have to figure this out. And Anna from Paws with No Flaws, we've talked about her before. And I'm paying for her services. I just want to make that clear. We're not just talking about her to get free stuff. Right. She's awesome. That's all I want to say.
She is awesome.
Like, she just gave me some other options. Like, she gave me other options because I love Saylor. Of course, I don't want to put her down, and of course, I don't want to rehome her. But that's my story. She's awesome.
Yes.
And if you need some pet training, she's a great one to go to.
That was me after the Lizzie experience. He came over and said, Anna gave me some options. It's like, it wasn't just put her down, was it? It's like, no, she gave me good options.
Yeah.
That keeps the dog around. So that was all about the dog this
Yeah,
weekend, I guess. It was a doggy weekend. You know what else happened this weekend?
What's that?
Olympics.
Yes. Did you watch the opening ceremony?
I did. I did watch the opening ceremony, and as you mentioned, one of the highlights was Celine Dion, who we all know the disease. I'm sorry, whatever it is, the neurological
stiff
body syndrome, something
yeah.
like that. So people are very concerned about it. She nailed it.
She looked fantastic. She sounded like the Celine we know and love.
Right.
She was
sang
amazing.
from the Eiffel Tower, I believe.
Yeah, it was beautiful. If I did not get to watch the opening ceremony, so I went to the highlights, and of course Celine was one of them, and it was breathtaking.
Yeah.
Seriously, if you go look it up.
Yeah.
It's worth your time. Just even if you don't like Celine, like it's just beautiful music, and she sang in French.
Yep. And you said it exactly right. It was just like the Celine that we've known and loved for 20, 30 years, whatever it was. So it was good to see her looking relatively healthy. The ratings were fantastic. So NBC is just really, they're getting all the numbers. About 29 people watched.
29 or 29 million?
Did I just say 29?
Yes, you did.
It was more than 29 people. How many was it?
29 million.
People watched on Friday, which is, it wasn't as big as some of the other ones. It was pretty huge. I guess the biggest all time was 40.7 million viewers for the London opening ceremony in 2012.
I meant to look up who performed there. Lady Gaga made a surprise performance.
Oh, that's right.
During the opening ceremony. And the fact that everything happened on the river was beautiful too.
And that was different than usual.
Just a lot of special effects. It looked like one of the commentators said, it appears that we're watching a movie with all these special effects.
It was pretty cool.
It was, they did a good job.
And if you're like me, look at all the lasers.
Yeah.
Lasers.
Look at the pretty lights.
What else did Lady Gaga do while she was there?
Oh, she got engaged? No, she announced that she was engaged, right? I don't know anything about this.
Well, first of all, you were saying you loved the performance because she came out and she was hidden behind she had, of course, a couple of boy toys.
It was all pink and black. The whole performance was pink and black.
The big feathers, and then they made the big reveal. Ta-da! It's Lady Gaga. And,
even Kelly Clarkson, who was commentating on the opening ceremonies, was like, I was surprised that no one knew she was going to be there, and I love that. Anyway, tell me about her engagement.
I guess she's been dating this Michael Polanski for a while. He's an entrepreneur and tech investor, and she told, of all people, the French Prime Minister, who I think I can pronounce his name, Gabriel Attal. She announced to him that, hey, guess what? We're engaged, and we're in Paris.
I like the story behind it, right? Like, how did she get engaged? I need to know all the details, so I'm going to look that up. Okay, so are you going to do a medal count?
And this is, we should have updated it this morning, but this is as of last night. We're doing okay. 80 medals were handed out so far, and we won 12 of those.
Okay.
We have a few golds. We had swimming, the gold for Tori Husky in the women's 100-meter butterfly. The men teams took gold in the 100-meter freestyle relay.
Oh, good.
American fencer, Lee Kiefer. This I actually watched because this has been running nonstop over the weekend.
It's like the Hallmark Channel for the Cruise House, only now we've transitioned to Olympics. It runs all the time on the TV.
Thanks for that, but that's accurate. She won in women's foil, which I would have called fencing, but it's women's foil. She got the gold for that, so we got 3 early golds, 6 silvers as well for that, and we have a few bronzes in there too. And how do you describe Simone Biles other than
superhuman?
Yes.
I watched the gymnastics thing. That's the only thing I've actually watched for the Olympics outside of looking things up.
Well, you made a good point about the
it's my favorite.
Floor. Did they call it the floor routine? No, they call it the
The floor routine, yeah.
Okay, I thought maybe they called it the all-around or something.
The floor routine, I was getting frustrated last night because every one of our Olympians stepped out of bounds. And it's not that I could do a better job. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I'm like, why are you stepping out of bounds? You could have had a tenth of a point more than what you got because your foot stepped out of bounds.
That seems like the most basic thing. You'd say, okay, we do all these fantastic stunts and amazing, unbelievable, triple twists, and like, whoop, okay, I stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
So. But Simone Biles did tweak her calf. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did.
You could read her lips. She came off after doing a practice, and she went to, I guess it was a trainer, and she's like, my calf.
Yeah.
So that was, but anyway, she's
awesome.
Did fantastic. So that, I think, is pretty much
There's
all the...
no medals yet, though. They're just kind of doing the...
Is it the preliminaries? Or
I think so, yeah. The qualifiers
That's
or
what
something like that.
Qualifiers is the word that they use. So, and there's more to come. So we'll keep on watching an hour.
Okay. And the Deadpool Wolverine. The Deadpool Wolverine movie.
Yeah, that's what my mom would call it. She's like, did you see the Deadpool?
It broke records this weekend. $205 million at the domestic box office.
Which was?
The 8th biggest opening of all time.
Right. And you know who did not see it? Jen and myself. But we're going to.
I know many people who have, though, and they can't even say enough good things about it. In fact, many of them are going to go see it again because they said they missed so much of it. There's so much packed in it that they feel like they missed a bunch of it.
Right.
So
maybe it's a two-time watcher. If you're wondering, Avengers Endgame, that was the biggest opening ever. That got $1.2 billion. So Deadpool has a way to go for that. But Deadpool was the biggest opening ever for an R-rated movie.
Okay.
So biggest ever with that $205 million domestic box office. It dethroned Deadpool, the original, which was the former record holder for biggest opening weekend for an R-rated movie. So it's doing okay. If you're concerned
If you're
concerned about
great.
Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, it's like, are they going to make it?
They're going to be
okay?
just fine.
They're going to be just fine.
They're going to be just fine. And it's supposed to be rainy. It's supposed to be rainy the next few days in the Seattle area. So
good day to go see a movie.
Perfect day for a movie.
All right. This happened at Comic-Con in San Diego. And let me preface this by saying, I don't know much about this character, but it was huge news.
I mean, as soon as you told me about this, I looked up the video because I'm like, what? How did they unveil it?
Mm-hmm. So Robert Downey Jr., who was beloved, that's easy to say.
Yeah.
The absolute beloved as Iron Man. He is back because Iron Man, I can't do the spoiler alert. Is it a spoiler alert?
Well, I thought you would have done the story a little differently. I thought you would have said there was this big unveiling of who was going to play Doctor Doom, and they brought these masked characters out on stage, and then one of them takes off their mask, and it's Robert Downey Jr. to play Doctor Doom.
You do better prep than I do because I did not get to watch the whole video. So that's what happened. And you've got all these people together for Comic-Con in San Diego, arguably the biggest of its kind. And so they're all excited that there's a buzz in the air. What's going to happen here? I can't wait. And it turns out that Robert Downey Jr. is announcing, I'm going to be the villainous Victor Von Doom.
Well, no, all he said is, new mask, same task. What did I tell you? I like to play complicated characters.
So apparently this
Doctor Doom. Victor Doom. And I don't know anything about this character either.
So, but he is apparently a complicated character. So, and Robert Downey Jr. is going to play him coming up here in the next.
And isn't that funny? Because Avengers, he was already a character in Avengers, and his character died, Iron Man, right? And now he's back.
That was what I was wondering if it was okay to say that Iron Man died, if that was a spoiler alert, because I assume everybody knows. But as soon as you do that, guess what? I didn't see that.
I know.
Sorry if we ruined it for you. We didn't mean to ruin it. Spoiler alert. Sinead O'Connor had her wax statue just unveiled at the National Wax Museum in Dublin. She is Irish, so that's why I guess it's not a
okay. So I got it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just unveiled, and they really they hate it, and so now they're taking it out. Is that the deal?
Exactly. So finally, after all this,
I didn't realize that was the deal with this.
Right. So God rest her soul, Sinead O'Connor, wax figure. The backlash came from everybody. Even her brother said it was. Well, he said it was inappropriate Now, what they did was they chose the Sinead O'Connor look from around the "Nothing Compares to You" stage when she
Where
had
she was
shaved
bald.
her head.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how but in my mind, that is the iconic Sinead.
That's how you see her, yeah. But it was kind of creepy looking. I mean, we can't really relay it over,
So her brother said, this is not going to work. Send it back. You got to do better. And they're going to do that.
Send it back. I guess there was a 30-day
That's all we need.
return
Just go.
and replace policy on it. So they said, the museum did say, we can do better. They will look for a more accurate representation of Sinead, and they're going to redo it. Okay. Who's excited for this?
You are?
You are.
National Chicken Wing Day.
Yes.
We only say that because if you're a chicken wing lover, we know there's a lot of you out there. Mm-hmm. Go get to Wingstop, I call it B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings, Applebee's, Popeyes, or Hooters. They have specials today where you can get free wings.
Apparently, Hooters
mostly
wings
with a purchase.
Are so good because this used to be the excuse. So I go to Hooters because I like the wings.
Mm-hmm. Sure you do.
Let me ask you this, because you had mentioned it. You said, are you a big fan of wings? And I'm not, mostly because it seems like just an excuse to have a lot of barbecue sauce. Like you may as well just get a jar of barbecue sauce and a spoon.
It's a lot of work for not a lot of meat.
Yes, that's a very good way to put it.
It's not that I don't like you can take that a lot of different ways, but there you go. That's what she said. Yes. I don't know.
Yeah, we were talking on Friday about the boneless chicken wings that don't even have to be boneless anymore. So,
well, those are accidental bones. That's
accidental bones. Also today, this is way.
That was so many he said, she says right there. But moving on to National Lipstick Day.
Do you like wearing lipstick?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
you don't like it.
You know what I like is it's not that I don't like it. I just think that often it looks really harsh. Especially the dark reds and the bright reds and stuff like that. So, but do they call it a nude color? Just like a clear. Like
okay. Well, gloss. There's gloss and there's lipstick.
Okay, I like the lip gloss, but Dana
lip gloss is sticky.
Dana, my wife, says I don't like the lip gloss because my hair gets caught in it.
Well, yeah, if your hair's blowing around and you got some fresh gloss on, it's going to get stuck in there. Yeah. So,
has anybody invented a non-sticky lip gloss yet?
I'm sure it's out there.
Non-sticky lip gloss.
I prefer lip gloss too, but I do have lipstick. It's just I have a hard time wearing the reds. I wish I could.
Why can't you wear the reds?
Red lips, it just doesn't look right
on me. On fair complexion?
I don't know. I mean, you have to have the personality for it too, I feel like.
Oh, so it's making a statement.
It's like you said. It's like bold. It's impactful. Bold. It's like...
Okay, that's the word.
Right there.
All right. How about the exploding cans of soda?
I don't know anything about this.
This is on Southwest Airlines, and you wouldn't think that one of the hazards of flying would be that maybe a can of soda is going to explode in your face.
Okay.
Apparently, due to the heat, and this is Southwest, so a lot of
the heat or the pressure? The heat?
It says the heat. So, of course, Southwest does fly all over the place, but they have a lot of flights into like Vegas.
In the Southwest.
And Phoenix and stuff like that. Yeah, where
in the hot spots.
Which is, the hot spots are not just, they're like surface of the sun hot now. Everything's getting so hot.
Yeah.
So apparently, Southwest Airlines said intense summer heat waves have caused cans of soda to explode on some of its flights, even injuring some flight attendants.
Injuring them?
Airlines said no passengers have been hurt or affected by the bursting cans, but at least 28 flight attendants report being hurt.
I wonder what they're going to do about that. Eliminate cans on planes?
Or carbonated drinks. I don't know. Here's your water.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. But apparently Southwest, they're taking this seriously. Of course they have to.
Well, they should.
Educating employees on how to stay safe and mitigate heat-related hazards. Heat-related... I like your face there.
I don't get that. I mean, if you keep it in ice... don't they keep it in coolers? That's what I don't get.
Are they storing it in part of the plane?
We'll find. I can guarantee we're going to find out more about that later as more information comes out.
I hope we get somebody that works at Southwest to chime in and say.
Maybe.
All right, we talked about this. This was your weekend homework. We talked about this on Friday. Your go-to karaoke song.
Curt, I liked the video that you posted on Facebook.
I wish I had the audio just for that.
Jeez.
Well, we're discussing it, and people that like karaoke, even people that don't like karaoke, may have a song that's their go-to song. Because even if sometimes you get dragged into it, right? You're out with your friends at a karaoke bar or whatever.
That is the only time that I'll do it in a group. If I'm absolutely like, don't be a party pooper, I will rally.
You're a good rallier.
I will never sing alone.
So
And you're welcome, by the way.
See if you can remember last time you did karaoke, what you sang.
I don't remember. It would have been like "Girls Just Want to Have Fun," just some big song that would be appropriate for a bunch of girls to sing.
Yeah,
at the same time.
And I think that people take into consideration, okay, this is a song that I like, and this is a song that's in my range or whatever. But also, I think, keep it short. Because one time...
Keep the song short?
Who was I with? It might have been Michael Stein back in the day.
You're not going to do Stairway to Heaven or something.
Well, I think we ended up doing Wham! Careless Whisper, which is like 6 minutes long or something.
It is?
Oh, yeah, it's a longie.
Okay. What did people say?
I'm gonna dance again.
Okay, what did people say? I want to know.
People say... Oh, I should
What's
point out...
yours?
Yeah, it was Ramones. I didn't even be sedated.
I didn't even recognize the song. I'm like, I don't even know what you're singing, Curt.
2 minutes,
but at least it's
20-odd seconds. Quick Ramones song. Fun.
It was It was an entertaining video. That's for sure.
We ask you to offer and share your go-to karaoke songs. We heard from Terry. She said, "I Love Rock and Roll" by Joan Jett. Safe, short, easy to sing. Kind of shout singing.
Is it easy to sing? Yeah, I don't think anything's easy to sing.
Well, there's the songs that require some vocal ability, and then there's, I love rock and roll. I mean, that doesn't involve a whole lot.
Versus a Celine Dion or Mariah Carey song?
Yes, exactly. Or what Margot put, which is a great song. Remember Why by Annie Lennox?
I mean, I know. Well, I have to think about that.
Why? That's the thing. It's a karaoke song, and I think it kind of maybe brings down the room. It's a tough one to sing because it's Annie Lennox, and she's got an amazing voice. But Margot, she comes up after you do Girls Just Want to Have Fun. She's like, okay, here's Annie Lennox. Why? Everybody, drown your sorrows.
But that's the beauty about karaoke, because you can go in with no expectations of what you're going to hear. It's not like we're going to karaoke to dance and tear up the rug. And we're going to see people sing.
Somebody goes up there and just knocks it out of the park. Like, wow, you should have a recording.
And many times they don't.
Jody Lynn said she does Patsy Cline's Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Good pick. You got to tell me about this, because I believe Pat, it just said Pat.
That's my Pat. That is my Pat. That's hot firefighter boyfriend Pat. E is his go-to song by Matt Mason.
So again, the name of the song is E, the letter E.
It's all about like this guy chasing this other guy, and you better hope your tank gets to E or that my tank gets to E before your tank gets to E,
empty.
Because I'm gonna
I see. Okay.
Empty.
That's clever.
But also it's a good song. It's a really great song and a great story within the song. He also does Sweet Caroline, which the crowd goes nuts, and he sounds fantastic when he does it.
You're talking about Matt Mason or Pat?
Pat.
Really?
Yes.
He's a singer?
Yes.
All right.
Pat's a really good singer. That was one of the dating things he said. I'm like, tell me something that would...
Awesome.
Or that was on his dating thing, that karaoke. I can't remember. I asked it.
Karaoke night. And you have to go, and I'll bring Dana.
I'll go. I love listening to Pat sing.
You and Pat can do Sonny and Cher. I got you.
I will not.
Okay.
But you and Pat can do that. Tracy likes Renegade by Styx,
which starts out really oh mama, I'm in fear of my... It starts out really sad.
Every song
but then it picks up and it's a great rock song. Stephen Kilbreth, TV's Stephen Kilbreth,
he listens to the show. Thanks, Stephen.
He said Rhinestone Cowboy, great pick. Mike, that's Mike from Bothell, by the way.
Oh, I Want to Rock
by Twisted Sister.
Nice.
That also seems like one that would be kind of hard to screw up. Laurel she listens a lot. She said Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Good one.
You would do that, right?
No.
But you know the lyrics.
I know the lyric. I know the lyrics to a lot of songs, and Pat can testify to this. I sing in the car because he is forgiving and gives me some grace on my singing, even though I cannot carry a tune. My daughter, however, does not give me grace. It's like, Mom, you're singing half tune.
Do you remember when we were in that studio together for all those years?
I do.
I tried. I don't think you needed grace. I think you did fine.
Oh, please. Kevin, let's keep going. Kevin, Bridge of Sighs
by Robin Trower. Kind of a lesser known song. Robin Trower was, it doesn't matter. Do you want me to go deep into Robin Trower?
Well, how?
He was with the band Procol Harum.
That's all. Stop there.
And he does a song called Bridge of Sighs, which, again, this is a, 8-minute long song. So I think that's supposed to be a joke.
8 minutes. And then Randy, I don't know this song either. Randy, who's a loyal listener, Edgar Winter's Frankenstein. Mm-hmm. I don't know that song.
Well, the reason you don't know it from karaoke is, thank you very much, Randy, it's an instrumental.
Randy.
Yeah. So is he just going up there like... I don't know.
He's just, you know what? Randy's just being funny. I'm trying to think. Does Randy, I've never been karaokeing with him, so I don't know if he sings.
He also suggested YYZ by Rush, which is a strange.
Do you feel like if you play an instrument, you could probably sing? Because he plays an instrument, and he's been talking to you about bass guitars.
Yeah, I suppose there's something that goes. I mean, listen, there's a few people that can sing really, really great, and then there's a lot of us that are like, passable. And then there's a few that...
I would imagine that Randy and Carrie, both musical people, his wife Carrie, sing fine.
All right. Well, then I guess they're coming to karaoke night with us too.
I don't know why you have this next topic, Curt. What's the deal?
Do you want me to drop it?
No, you can't. Here's the headline that I'm reading. A phone sex line ran an ad specifically for Comic-Con fans.
I first of all was surprised that there's still phone sex lines, okay? Honestly.
I was too. Actually,
I thought that was a thing from the 80s or whatever.
But the price has gone up.
The price has gone up. This is getting back to San Diego and their Comic-Con this weekend. Apparently, a phone sex line tried to drum up business by offering calls as different comic book characters specifically for Comic-Con fans.
So they will do a sex call in like what your favorite comic person's voice?
Like a cosplay or fantasy roleplay calls. So they posted a video of a lady in a bad Catwoman costume telling guys to call if they want to talk to a sexy superhero.
Oh, jeez.
But because this is Comic-Con, couldn't you also say, hey, you know who I want to hear on my sex line? Yoda.
What?
Take off your pants, you will. No.
Oh my God, Curt. Here's what's crazy. It's $2.99 a minute. Back in the day, because they used to advertise these when we were little.
I don't remember what the price was back in the day.
I remember it being like 99 cents a minute.
So it's gone up by a couple bucks. Well, it's $2.99 just to make the call, then 89 cents a minute after that. Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah. So you're $3 out right away.
Maybe it hasn't gone up. I don't know. I don't remember now. I never participated. I always wondered.
For the first $2.99, all you get is,
hey, baby. I mean, like, what do they even say? What do they say and how do they say it?
Wearing leather, you are.
I'm not, you know what? I can't. Not only that, I'm just not a dirty talker.
All right. Is that what you put on your profile for not a dirty talker?
No, I don't even know.
All right. Turns out it's unhealthy to want to look like an Olympian. If you're watching the Olympics and saying, man, look at those people. Specifically, let me say what kind of surprised me. And this actually goes back to when Michael Phelps, the swimmer, so this is 3 Olympics ago. When I was very young and you had swimming champions like Mark Spitz, they did not look like the swimmers of today. I mean, he was thin, yeah.
Oh, no. The athletes today don't look like the athletes of the yesteryears.
The guy that won, they were doing whatever the relay was we were just talking about, the one the gold for.
The men.
Jeez. I mean, just massive, perfectly built guy. But if you told me this guy's a weightlifter, I might have said, oh, yeah, I could see that. But he's a swimmer and obviously a very good swimmer. So if you look at this, and this is from a fitness and body image experts say, listen, yes, these people are at the top of their game, but if you look at them thinking, man, I should try to do that. Don't think that way. Well,
so they're saying the body image part of it, right? Like, because I look at those gymnasts, I'm like, I would love to have my muscles look like that. And then I'm like, what? Wait, what muscles? Right. You have no muscles, Jen.
And what they're saying is you have some muscles, otherwise you would just collapse.
I get it, Curt. Thank you.
Olympic athletes are the best shape they'll ever be in, and all they do is focus on that.
That's it. That's everything. It's like saying you want to be able to look like celebrities, but they pay people to make them look like that.
One expert put it like this: you'd never expect someone to be as good as you at your job if they only did it for 3 hours a week.
Yeah.
So
they train all the time. They have people telling them what they can and can't eat because it maximizes their athletic ability. Like they're so. I do hope it inspires. I mean,
that's the thing. If it inspires you to try to get a little more fit, then that's fantastic.
Yeah, but just don't have expectations that you're going to be performing like them or
Olympic size expectations. Want to say it like that?
Well, but also if you want to be an Olympian, you go for it. It's just going to take some real hard work, and I'm all for it.
But don't beat yourself up.
May I just say this about the Olympics?
Please.
I am loving the commercials because I feel like the ones that I've been seeing are so inspiring, especially to younger kids. They're just good messages. I love them.
A lot of the commercials have the athletes in them.
Yes,
offering
many of them do.
Their suggestions or whatever. It's very inspiring. And you see, often, we're in an age now where it used to be, you didn't have pictures of snow. You had still photos of Simone Biles when she was, 3 or 5 or whenever she got started. But now you've got really high quality video of the entire journey from here to there.
All the stories make me cry. Inspiring. It's just, and then the commercials are making me cry. The Colgate commercial about smiling.
How does that one go?
There's this girl with braces, this young girl with braces that has to get her picture taken. And she's like, I don't want to smile. Like she's seeing all these other people with these perfect smiles, I think. And, all it takes is somebody else smiling at you to make you smile. And so another girl with braces smiles at her and she's like, okay, it's okay.
That is very nice.
I'm good.
I've got two more words about the Olympics before we go. Snoop Dogg.
Oh, did you? Last night was the women's gymnastics. They did a bunch of everything.
Right.
Snoop Dogg was there. He had a Simone Biles shirt on, full face on his chest of Simone, and he was dancing, and he got the people, the U.S. Olympic team dancing.
It's pretty awesome. And he was there to celebrate with the men's relay, the swimmer.
He was there for that too?
Yep, he was right next to him was the anchor swimmers. I wish I had the name. His wife with their little baby. And
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
So getting back to body image and stuff, what I gather from this is if you smoke a lot of weed, you can go to the Olympics. Maybe not
if you make a lot of money, you can go to the Olympics.
If you're Snoop Dogg, he's so fun to watch.
The tickets are very expensive, by the way, to be at the Olympics. So that's why he can be there.
All right, I assumed as much.
And he carried the torch.
What do you want to talk about for tomorrow?
Did you ever save the day, and what did you do? Mm-hmm. But you brought this up because you and Dana have a thing.
Yeah, it was the thing that we do is much more minor than what we're looking for. It's just like, oh, you did the dishes, you saved the day. That doesn't count. But for instance, at my youngest sister's wedding, they had forgotten to bring the book that you sign. What do they call that?
The guest book?
Yeah. So I drove back to the house, got the book, and brought it back to the wedding. So they're like, oh, you saved the day. So what we want to know is what have you done to save the day, what it was that you do, and so we'll give you a little bit of applause. We actually have applause here we can use for you if you save the day.
How did you save the day?
How did you save the day?
And tell us about it.
And you will get this. Okay?
Nice, Curt.
That's all we can offer. Nice. That's all we can offer on our little show.
Well, and we'll talk about your story. That's nice.
What story?
Their story, whatever.
Oh, okay. Again, you were looking at me. I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot my story. I forgot my story already.
They're going to offer us a story. Well, you can do that on Facebook. Curt and Jen in the Morning Facebook page.
We appreciate you listening. Thank you so much. Again, if you want to like, love, follow, subscribe, all of that would be greatly appreciated. And we'll be back tomorrow like we are every week.
Have an awesome Monday. Make good choices, find joy, and spread kindness.